Gaff, we've got a big few weeks coming up, club-wise, personnel-wise, with the international break, and just ahead of that, some great news within the squad. Northern Ireland announced their squad, 3 players in it, and a first call-up for Owen. I know everybody was chuffed.
Yeah, really happy for Owen. Thoroughly deserves his international call-up and the recognition that he's been given by his country for his good performances so far this season. He's come in and he's improved week on week. A little bit fatigued towards the end of this really busy fixture condensed nature of the fixture list. But he's a really talented boy. He's got lots of attributes, and I'm delighted for him that he's got. I know it means the world to him and his family, so I'm delighted that he's managed to get a call up.
It's been, we talked to him before, and in 6 months, 8 months, I lose track of time, he's achieved an awful lot, hasn't he? And this is another big step along the way.
And again, this is his first real crack at it this season, and he's played all throughout the summer as well at Derry. So yeah, we've got to look after him a little bit, but we're very, very proud of what he's done so far. And as I said, immensely proud of him to go and represent his country along with Connor and Dion, who also deserve their call-ups.
Absolutely. Enclave, aren't we, for Northern Ireland, and it starts their Euro, so we're going to. I know they'll be watching us closely and vice versa at the start of a campaign.
Absolutely, we wish them well. Great as well that Luke and Bette and Traff have been called up to the 21s. I think Shola's in the 19s or 20s as well, which is fantastic. Look, it's good that we've got international footballers, and again, that's a clear sign of the progress that we've made.
Club stuff first, though. Another big weekend, but most important, I think, a weekend to look forward to. These are the kind of games you're playing Ipswich Town at home, 2 top 6 sides going at it hammer and tongs in front of a big crowd. This is what we want. Yeah,
I mean, from our perspective, sometimes you just need to reset after a couple of negative results, really. And I think some perspective as well that if you'd have offered all of us to be in this position at the start of the season, a cup final at Wembley and 6 points in the top 6, I think we'd have all snapped their hands off. And yeah, we know what we need to do. We know there's still work to be done, but it's great to be involved in these big games. Fantastic challenge for us as a team to take on the other really good teams in this league and see how we get on. And Saturday there'll be 2 teams going at it, and hopefully stylistically it'll be a great watch for the viewers and a good advert for League One football.
Presumably when you go into any season you want to be competing with something at the end of it, and that is what you're doing.
Exactly that. You want to be involved in the big games for the right reasons at the end of football seasons, and it looks like we're going to be just that, which is again great credit to the progression that we've made. Still lots of progress to be done, still lots of improvements to go, and we know we want to and need to finish strong, and again that starts on Saturday with a good performance against Ipswich.
10 games to go for us, regardless of the ramifications, midweek games or whatever. It is, and I know obviously in fact about what we do. Is that still the message? You know, other teams are going to win, lose, draw, but it's about what we do, and ultimately that will count.
Yeah, look, we'll leave the viewing of other teams' fixtures to the fan base. I think every football fan watches all the other teams' results, and it changes game to game. Or we're going to make it, or we're not, or we're panicking. Or they've won, they've not. And if you'll send yourself doolally in our position anyway. For us, it's just focusing on our own jobs, roles, and responsibilities, and that next performance. And that next performance is on Saturday against Ipswich, and we want to go and be the best version of ourselves, attack the game as we always do, and hopefully that's good enough to get us 3 points.
Yeah, I think it's 6 successive wins here. We barely lost at all this season here, but on a real roll here, which has been great, hasn't it, in terms of momentum and confidence?
I mean, one of the things that we wanted to do when I came here was turn this into a fortress. I think too many times, even in the early part of my tenure, teams were enjoying playing here because it's a wonderful experience to play in front of a huge crowd with a fantastic stadium, great history, being involved in European games, big Premier League games. So teams often raise their game, but what we've managed to do is find a way to raise ours, and the connection with the fan base and how intimidating now and intense the atmosphere is really causes a problem for the opposition. And yeah, we want to get bums off seats, get our fans cheering, singing for us, create that real intimidating atmosphere to the opposition, and hopefully reward the fans with 3 points at the end of it. That's what we're going to try and do, and hopefully we can achieve that on Saturday.
We talk about this division a lot about different kinds of tests, don't we? About opposition that come here, play a different way, you go away. We probably know that Ipswich are going to come and play and make it a good game of football, which hopefully suit, and it should be a good spectacle.
Yeah, I mean, the first game of the season seems an awful long time ago now.
It was warm that day.
Exactly that.
It's hot, in fact.
I'm not really sure what's going on right now with the weather, but I think, again, there's a lot of respect mutually between ourselves and Ipswich. I know Kieran respects our team and the way we play, and I certainly respect his and the way they play. And I think both teams, are very confident in what they do. And I think we won't change, they won't change. And so, stylistically, I think it's a really good matchup. I think it'll be a good spectacle, and I think that, for League One football, this will be a fantastic advert. Just hopefully we're on the right side of that.
Absolutely. Personnel-wise, by sounds of it, the strike force will be strengthened, and that'd be nice to have your options improved in that department. Yeah,
we've got some firepower back available. Victor's fine, trained really well today, so he's available. Cameron Jerome's back available, so some real strength at the top end of the pitch. George Johnston and MJ are making really good progress. They won't make it Saturday, but potentially for next week. So all of a sudden the squad looks really strong again.
And just on that, Izzy had a run out in the B team on Tuesday, that just to get some game time into Izzy to keep him there and thereabouts for if and when needed.
Exactly that. And Lloyd's missed an awful lot of football, and I think for his own mindset and mentality to get through minutes on a football pitch at a competitive level is really important for his recovery and rehabilitation. He hasn't played 90 minutes in a very, very long time, and to almost play 90 minutes will do him the world of good, so delighted for him.
And we've talked about players like Catcher seeming to be out for a little while. The suspension comes back, is he here at Accrington? Given the players that he won't have at Wembley, Lloyd could yet have something big to do between now and the end of the season. You just don't know.
Exactly that, and if you're not currently playing in the league team, then you've still got that carrot of Wembley Stadium around the corner, so make sure that you are ready, up to speed and available to be part of that squad, because there'll be lots of players that are wanted to be part of that squad, and there'll be some disappointed ones if everyone's fit and available. So for us now, it's just, as I said, focusing on the league, but also know what's around the corner. We're excited to be involved in these big games, and we're very much looking forward to it.